Hello, namaskar, and of course, a warm welcome from the studios of Fun Asia Network. मैं हूं बंदा बिंदास मार्विन दास एंड आज मेरे साथ जो शख्सियत है आई डोंट थिंक कि इनको इंट्रोडक्शन की कोई भी ज़रूरत है। चाहे वो रियलिटी शोज हों, चाहे आपके गानों की प्लेलिस्ट हो, चाहे क्लब्स हों, I think we've all enjoyed Vishal and Shekhar, and today I have the gem with me myself, with me and the team of FunAsia, Vishal. Vishal, a very good evening to you in India.
Thank you,
How
man. Good
are
evening.
you? How are things going at your end?
Things are amazing as always, and yeah, it's a lovely way to end my day. Is this conversation which must be the beginning of your day, right?
Absolutely. And I
Right.
think conversations when it comes to music, because your life has been music, are
Mhm.
more of a joy to you,
Oh, it's the best.
while it's a
It's the
learning
best.
for a lot of us and our listeners. So thank you again for taking the time. मैं ज़्यादा बातें नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि सारी बातें जो हैं वो दुनिया ऑलरेडी जानती है आपके बारे में। जो नहीं जानते वो आज शायद कुछ हमारे से नया जान ले। बट क्विकली मूविंग टू आई नो दैट यू वर अ कॉमर्स गाय एंड स्टडीज कॉमर्स में हुई, उसके बाद फ्लिप टू म्यूजिक एंड दैट टू इनटू अ रॉक सीन, कैसे?
Actually, commerce to degree hai.
बस
Okay, so basically, commerce is what I studied in college. That was just to get to the graduation, to
श्योर।
get the degree, and to be a graduate, essentially. But the love for music has been there my whole life, far, far before, even probably before school or anything. Because my parents are very, very musical people, although not professional musicians, but the deep love for music runs in the family. And they taught me. I guess they gave me the gift of music. So yeah, everything starts with them.
So the realization that music is your go-to thing, music is what you want to do, was that very early in your life, or while you were still in college, that sort of kicked in?
No, it was always music was always the thing. It was like I mean I remember. So initially my music was my father's music.
Hmm.
So he loved Elvis and he loved Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix and all of that stuff and also Bollywood and R.D. Burman and all of that stuff that was going on. All the great music of the time, Lakshmikant Pyarelal, Kalyanji Anandji, all of that stuff. Jagjit Singh Saab,
Yeah.
also the whole disco movement of the 70s and early 80s. So and then I remember finding Michael Jackson in 1983 or 1984 as my own music for the first time. Like, this is the music that I discovered. I remember hearing Beat It and the entire Thriller album. And then I was just like, oh my God, who's this? And I went back and got off the wall. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And my mind started to like expand and like everything, it's just, it was the first time I had my own music,
Hmm.
music of my generation was that. And it was just, yeah, it was, the thing is, the love for music was constant. I was never told that this is that genre and this is this genre and we like this genre but we don't like that genre. It was never like that. So for me, there's no difference between rock and roll and Bollywood music or Telugu music or Hindi music, or it's if it's music and if I feel it, it's real, you
Wonderful,
know.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about Pentagram, your passion for rock music. How did that band come into place?
It was just like bands come into place. We, as friends, we met and we sort of started a band. We started messing about, and suddenly we realized, hey, this is sounding really cool. And we started to write music. And we started in 94 ish. And by 96, we had our first album out, which
Wow.
is ridiculous for an Indian band. That never happens, but it just happened. So it was like things were just sort of coming into, like, all the wishes and dreams and hopes and things that you have in your heart were all sort of coming into reality one by one. So
Manifestations were becoming real and the thoughts were
yeah,
becoming real.
I mean, you can call it manifestations, or you can call it the silly dreams of young kids who don't know that their dreams are silly. The audacity of that, that's the magic of life, is the audacity of young people, because you don't know what you can't do,
Mhm.
and you only know because you try, and then when you try, many things happen. You
Absolutely.
know?
And it comes from pursuing your dreams. It comes from realizing that you can make it real and making them
And
real.
a large part of that is having the people behind you supporting it. Like when I told my dad, I think I want to be a musician, the only question he asked me was, "Are you any good?" I said, "I think so." I think so. He said, okay, give it a try. So he must have thought maybe 3, 4 months, 6 months. If he's not good, they'll,
Try करेगा, छोड़ेगा,
वापस आ जाएगा.
something else. Yeah.
But 6 months later, we were in the paper. So he was our biggest supporter at that point. My
Wow.
father, my mother, everybody in my building, they were all so excited. Oh my God, you're in the papers. People are talking about it. And then it just exploded from there.
Very
You know?
nice. What
Yeah.
a group and backup to have. Now, from the rock band and to your
Mhm.
first movie, Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi, it's a big
Yeah.
transition. How did that happen? Was this मतलब openly accepting था कि मैं कुछ नया करूँगा कि you had to slowly gel into it?
No, it was in fact the drummer of the band suggested that I meet the director and present a song that I had to him, which I did. And then they loved the song and they said, "Will you make more?" I said, "Sure." And next thing you know, that was that. And the hope was that we'll be that particular at that point in time we needed a certain bunch of gear. So the idea was maybe we'll do these songs, get paid for these songs, and buy that gear that we need for the band. That was the whole concept was do the job so you can buy the gear. That was it. And then a whole career came out of that.
What was that song that you presented to the
The
director?
first one was Go Pehli Baar.
Wow, and it's a beautiful song. I think the whole nation sort of fell in love with a very fresh, romantic vibe, yet it had the
Yeah.
modern elements of music. So I think kudos to you for creating something that
Thank
has
you.
always
Thank you.
stayed on the back of our head, regardless of where we go in life.
I often quote a line from Munnabai MBBS. For me, I think that signifies or rather sums up everything. It's like when Sanjay Dutt says, or the character who's Munnabai says, "Apan todte waqt sochte the kya?" I don't know if you remember. It's like he says did you know there are 206 bones in the human body? हम
Wow.
लोग तोड़ते वक्त सोचते थे क्या? Which means,
Yes.
did we ever think while we were breaking them? It's like that. When we were doing this, we never thought it would go anywhere. We just did it. So that song was made out of genuine love, and that's why it's still around today. Still, I mean, people still sing it. People still love it today. It's been 27 years.
Yep.
That's crazy. I
And,
never imagined.
And there are many more that keep coming that still stay with us. Now, moving on, I know as a group, Vishal and Sheykhar has spent so much time together, and
Yeah.
it's been more than 2 decades in the industry. How did that happen, and how do you still keep that freshness within your?
We're
your
celebrating our 25th year right now. The thing is, the numbers say it's been 25 years, but if you ask us, it feels like yesterday that we started. And honestly, I think you just have to enjoy it. And then what happens is you realize that you spent your whole life without ever working. You were just having fun. You and some friends in a room making music. And having the blessing of people loving that music. The people who love the music are the ones who gave us this career. So we never forget that.
Yep,
the music
very
comes
well
from here. The music comes from here, but the career comes from there. So my
Right.
deepest thanks to everyone who's ever heard a song, loved the song, come to a show, bought a tape, sent us messages, followed us on any social media, or been part of our of all the love that we receive. I'm deeply, deeply grateful 24 hours a day.
Wonderful. Now, would you say that song was the one song that changed everything for Vishal and Sheykhar, or would you say it was another song that really broke into the
I
masses?
don't know what made us. So we did that song, and we didn't know anybody in the film business, and we were doing a lot of advertising work, and we just continued with life. We never went to anybody to pitch ourselves as composers or anything like that. One madman called Sujoy Ghosh came to us and said, "I'm making this movie called Jhankar Beats, and I want you guys to do the music." There was no producer, there was nobody lined up, nothing, and we were like, "Yeah, okay, cool, let's do it." So that was a dream that the three of us had. Sujoy, Sheykhar, and I had a dream, and we were like, okay, we want to make a movie where the music is a tribute to R.D. Burman, but it's not R.D. Burman style. Some of it is. There's just flashes of it, but it's a new vibe that we're creating as a tribute to R.D. Burman because he was always innovative, And that became Jhankar Beats, and that's what really broke us. The song "Tu Aashiki Hai" with KK. That's what really took us to the world, and that's what took us to the film industry. And we won the Filmfare R.D. Burman Award for that. And then suddenly we started to get film work on a regular basis. So.
Everybody has heard you sing Bin Tere Ka, that Ajnabi wala part on social media, and I can't let go of this opportunity while you're here. So can
Well,
you
no, you
do?
can because it's 12:30 at night here, and that's a very loud part. And I have neighbors, so it's not
How
fair to
about
do that to them.
how about something that is on a low tone that's comfortable for you
I
to?
can sing. I can sing Bintere for you on a low
Sure,
tone, but I
sure.
can't project like
You
I did
can
on
go there.
television.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll still love it.
अजनबी से हुए हैं क्यों पल सारे के नजर से नजर ये मिलाते ही नहीं एक घनी तन्हाई छा रही है मंजिलें रास्तों से ही गुम होने लगी. There we go.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Goosebumps to me, and I'm sure to the other ones listening as well. Now, I
Thank
know
you.
that you
When
are
when
coming.
we're in Dallas, we're on stage, I'll do it for you properly.
I will be there to make that a memory for myself with some recording of that segment as well. Now, I
Yes,
know
sir.
that you're coming for a show. Personally, as an artist, live performances or studio, what is your high?
You know, I honestly don't see a difference. When we're in the studio, we perform like we're on stage.
Hmm.
When we're on stage, we sing like we're in the studio. You try and make the best experience happen for the people. Um, it's so music is, I always say this, and I feel like nobody takes me seriously, but I hope when I die, people remember that he used to say this. Music is the ocean that we live in.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't tell a fish, you can't ask a fish, do they enjoy the currents more or the waves more? Do they enjoy, you know what I'm saying? It's all one, it's one universe that contains us, that we have the privilege of living in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's no difference between one and the other. So whatever your next question is, if it's like that about
No, I'm gonna go
like, do you
different
like
this time.
singing or do you like writing lyrics? I don't know the difference.
Hmm.
I can only write lyrics because I'm composing the tune, and the tune
Absolutely.
and the lyrics come together, and then Shekhar and I sort of make the melody together. You know, it's there's no, it's all, it's because it's so undefined. It feels like magic. You know.
Agreed. And I think my next question is half answered with what you just mentioned. But if a young musician from Dallas came to you and said, I want to be the next Vishal Dadlani, what would you say to him?
Aim higher, brother. Aim higher.
Hmm.
You, each of you, can be bigger, better, brighter, stronger than I am. Um, that would be my first advice. My second advice would be just love it. Love it with your whole heart. Like, don't hold back. Don't ever think of it as a job. Don't ever think of it as something that's going to make you famous or anything like that. Just love it. When you listen to it, love it. If you listen to a song that has meaning to you, let your heart break. Feel that emotion completely, and you give yourself to music, and music will open the world for you.
You have to love what you do, and as an artist I completely agree with you that this world is so much to do, yet there is so much creativity that individuals can bring to the table when they start
Yeah.
making their own things. Now, coming to the South Asian community, we are growing here in Dallas. The numbers are growing every day, the community is growing. As an artist that you're bringing this show, what can the people of Dallas expect from Vishal and Sheykhar this time?
So we brought the first half of the Superhit Tour to the US last year in summer. And we played some of the coolest shows we've played in a long, long time. They were amazing venues, amazing audiences, amazing tech, and some really cool production. We added a whole bunch of backing singers to our crew and everything. And now what we're doing is we're taking all of that to the next level.
Sure.
All of it, from the tech to the production to the size of the venues, so everything is bigger, better, brighter. And the sound, we're bringing our own sound everywhere. We're going to make sure that the people hear everything like it's studio quality in the room.
Wonderful.
You're going to hear our truest expression on that stage, and the most important thing that Shekhar and I bring is we bring love and we bring energy, and everyone who comes to the concert is going to go home energized. That's what I can say for sure.
I am excited for this concert, and I can tell you, Dallas, that you guys have to be here to enjoy this performance, which you rarely get a chance to do. Vishal, again, a pleasure to have you. Thank you so very much. And I, along with Dallas, Cannot wait to see you live on the 12th of July at the Curtis Culwell Center. Thank you once again from the team of FunAsia. This is Banda Bindas, Marvin Das, signing off. Thank you
I
again.
love Banda Bindas. I love that name.
Thank you.
You for having me, and have a great one. I will see you at the show, I hope.
Absolutely will do. Thank you, sir.
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
you.